Today is another chance to bring together industry, the NHS, clinicians, innovators, investors, local government to share our views on what more we can do to leverage our network, still new 12 months after our launch. I believe that success of a network can be benchmarked by the number and diversity of its contacts, the level of their involvement, and the contacts between members. As a clinician, above all, I believe the impact of a network is on the effect it has on clinical care of patients.
At the local level, I do think it's absolutely vital role for AHSNs to be working with organisations that have fantastic new products available for a health service, and working with local NHS organisations in providing sort of consortia of CCGs or trusts or others who want to use those.
The NHS is still a terrible customer. Procurement rules are laden against the SME environment. But I think one of the things that we lay out in the framework, and that I do feel encouraged by in relation to the work Will's doing at the department and George Freeman and so on, is that we are serious about improving that situation. And we are trying in a variety of different ways to make that better. So one of those ways, as I say, is by creating an open technological infrastructure on which you can house and sit your products. And I think that hopefully that will act as a stimulant to real adoption and innovation across the NHS.
The first myth is that academic IP is the key source of ideas for new science and technology startups. The reality is that the key driver for innovation is actually solving customer problems in a business environment through R&D contracts.
And when I started with HealthBox, I hadn't a clue how difficult it was to access this huge addressable market of the NHS, and it's what David's been saying. And now I know the old apocryphal story that VCs don't tend to invest if you say your main market is the National Health Service. So it's surrounded by these big walls. To get through those walls, you have to have some sort of intelligent navigator, and not everybody has one.
Health systems or hospitals really need to think about where is the value that technology can bring them, and it might not be where they necessarily anticipated. It might not be in the most digitally fancy place or the highest technology. It might be in some very simple, basic parts of their process. So really find the value and set that it's going to give you the real ambitious payback that you want. Where is the real value for your business?
So where we are at the moment, 17 deployments. We're 2 years old as a company. This is the bit where I'd like some of your help maybe with you guys in the audience. Can we come and work with you now? Can we come and do more in different conditions and help deliver for more patients, more clinicians, and improve more outcomes?
So the only real approach that works is the patient that you forgot about, who is the only person who goes to all the appointments. If you then give them the record and then they control the sharing, that's what unleashes all the healthcare efficiencies that come from the right information about the right person at the right time.
So big data, big open data, that information that we gather minute by minute every single day is a massively rich source of insight into patient outcomes, into the experience of medicines, of other interventions in real clinical practice, and also alluding to the question that was asked earlier, the potential to identify where the challenges are, where we need to solve the issues and therefore find those solutions.
If you go into an airline like the one that I worked in, safety runs through everything. Before everything that they do, the first question will be, is it safe? Or how is it going to affect our safety?
The lessons that I've just talked about that being bottom up and about mobilising resources based on merit and not being beholden to government, where the central authority will not know what it is you are really struggling with, are the important messages for or the important lessons for other networks.
And the commitment that I'm making, Mike and Peter and others, is that we will take this learning into the AHSN so that we are able to deliver going forward a more effective programme and service for you in future. There will be follow-up, we will write this up, we will report back, and it's the beginning, if you like, of an accountability process to those that are members and partners.